What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I want to go over some retro video games that were gifted to me by my father-in-law. Now, some of this stuff was good, some not so good, and it really wasn't exactly what I was expecting, but we'll get into that right after this. All right, so as I mentioned, I got these games as a gift from my father-in-law. So just a brief backstory. I was on a walk with my dog. We tend to take long walks, sometimes 45 minutes to an hour a piece. And he had gotten there in between the time that we were on a walk, and then by the time I got back, he had left. But my wife told me that he was rummaging around in the basement. We live in the Midwest. Most people have basements. He just happened to come across some old retro video games. Now, I knew that in his 30s and 40s that he was a gamer. I had heard him tell stories about how he was really caught up in The Legend of Zelda for the NES. So my wife said that he was going to be bringing over some games. My mind just kind of went crazy. Thinking like, what if he had like Metroid and maybe even a copy of like Little Samson, just box copy of Dragon Warrior 3 or something, who knows? Fast forward a week later, I get home from work. My wife tells me, hey, my dad dropped off those games. So there's a bag on the table, this bag right here. I didn't know if there would be more, I didn't know if there would be less. It was really hard to know what to expect. But what I did notice upon just kind of like peeking in, because I got really excited, I saw a lot of Super Nintendo. And that was kind of shocking because I didn't know he had a Super Nintendo. I knew he had a 5200, I knew he played Atari 2600 prior to that, but I didn't know about the Super Nintendo. But I also saw an N64 game, so then it was kind of an eye-opener, like, wow, he had an N64 as well. So let me briefly just show you these games, and I'll get into the good and the bad of it. So the first one of the games that was like a one-to-one sale with every N64 is Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is not a surprise that he has this. But again, no Super Nintendo system or N64, and I haven't gotten back with him yet on if you have the games, do you have the consoles? So anyway, that was the first one. All right, next one, Mario is Missing. I've never played it. I don't think it's that great. I don't even know the premise of this game. I really don't. Next one is one that most people owned as well. This is Super Mario World. All these in exceptional condition, by the way. Castlevania 4. This could have been just a major find if he would have had the box and the manual for this one, but he didn't. It's still worth, $40, $45. And the last one is SimCity. I knew he was into things like this, so that's not surprising either. All right, so these are the complete in-box games, the last 5. Shanghai 2, don't know anything about it. I guess it's like Mahjong. And now I've already kind of tried my best to restore these boxes. They have some issues, even though it doesn't look like it, and I'll get into that in a minute. Next one is Lord of the Rings. Didn't even know that this game existed. I don't remember it back in the day. I actually looked up some reviews of this, and apparently it's not very good. It's some people were saying it's just unplayable. But cool to see this, though. Next one is Aero the Acrobat. I remember playing this back in the day. I think I had done a trade for it, and then I don't know if I just lost interest in it and then just moved it on. But I did want to show you kind of what I'm talking about as far as that these boxes have some issues. So I said they're all complete, but I did want to show you, if you notice here, how stiff these are. You can't even actually open this up. It's so basements in the Midwest, they tend to be kind of, I guess, damp and mildewy. And even though these weren't like sitting in water, just that dampness in the air of an unfinished basement can do a lot of weird things. Basements leak a lot of the time, and because of that, if you don't have a humidifier, there's always just a funky smell sometimes in basements, and that's what happened here. And I've never seen damage to this extent. So look at this manual. You can't even open it up. It's basically just like one sheet of paper. Like, this reminds me of like the socks that were in my underwear drawer when I was a teenager.
My God, that's disgusting.
Like if you drop this, it would just shatter on the ground. And then that's a shame because, the games themselves, like this looks like it's never been played. It's cool that it is complete. Even got the registration card here, and you can see it's got that wave to it. And I did want to ask anyone who's watching this if you know how to somehow bring this back to some sort of life where it's more pliable that I can open it. Please leave a comment and let me know. I don't know if Steam would work. I know you can iron these boxes. I already did that. I spritz them with water and then you can iron them out. Then you put something heavy on them for, about half a day, and you can really get them to kind of come back to life. You can't really do that I'm aware of with something like this because it would probably make it even worse. But Steam could possibly work. I just don't know. I don't want to try anything until I know what might be the best option. Because this will affect the value, obviously. Even though they're complete, I have to disclose this. All right, moving on to the final two games. Donkey Kong Country 2, another awesome game. This box is in really good shape, but again, it feels almost fake. The cardboard just seems brittle. I've held reproduction SNES boxes before, and this has kind of got that feel. These obviously are not reproductions, but it's just that dampness has just done something to the cardboard. And you can see this one is also, the manual is in very bad shape. It is just one solid sheet. Really a shame that this is like that. Yeah, you can't open it. I don't want to do it anymore. And last but not least, Mega Man X. So this is the most expensive one in the bunch. Box is in decent shape. There is some curling going on right here, which I don't think I've ironed this one yet. But same issue, it's got everything inside, but it's just, it's pretty gnarly. If these were all NES games, I'd actually planned on probably keeping most of them because I knew that he played that system the most. I knew that there was a lot of memories there. Those are ones that I would like to possibly keep. If he were to find those and give them to me, I would probably not sell them. Maybe I would hold on to it for my grandkids, who knows. But these, he didn't really have any attachment to. But he did have one stipulation, that if I sell these, that the money would go to my youngest daughter who is in college. And I had no problem with that. She's a great kid, and she's also got a part-time job. She works at an elementary school when she's not a full-time student. So, this could raise $300 or more, $350 possibly, if I can get some of these manuals looking a little bit better. So the money would help her out with gas and just college in general. Again, I'm not going to keep any of these. None of these titles are just things that I have to own. Some of these I actually do own, and I just don't need these. I'm not a Mega Man guy, and all this box stuff takes up space, and that's just something I'm trying to get away from. I don't want to add another shelf in here and start taking up a lot more room again. I'm trying to kind of move on with things. And since he didn't have a lot of attachment to this stuff, for him to just be like, here, take it, I don't really care. I'm just gonna end up selling it for my daughter, and then she will get the money. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for this video. Again, if you know how to possibly get those manuals looking in better condition, please let me know in the comments. And if you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It really helps out small channels like mine. All right, guys, I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching.